the yellow polo shirt matches my wellies, and yeah, it makes me look modern, and which kind of fits the theme of Dick Whittington, because it has a lot of modern day references, and I think the captain's supposed to be really fun as well. And I also relabeled all of the costumes, because most of the tags had fallen off, and I'd put them all on a rack so it would be easy for the people for next lesson to pick the costumes up and not find them on the floor somewhere, and that would make it very easy for some costumes to get lost. Discuss your strengths and weaknesses. My strength would be that I've used my time up wisely in this lesson, because I not only focused on my character, but this was the lesson where I probably spent the most amount of time on my job responsibility, which was costume. So at the start of the lesson, I was trying to find Dick Whittington's shirt for his costume, and I finally put my outfit together along with the stuff that I bought from town yesterday, and also stayed behind the lesson to relabel all the hangers and put them on the rail, so that for the dress run tomorrow everyone can pick their outfits and know which outfit goes first, second, third and fourth, especially for the dames, because they have probably the most costumes. So I tried to do as much as possible, seeing as the show is tomorrow. Line learning, because I think I've learnt my lines to the point where I don't need to think about what comes next. I can just do it and think more about my physical expression and my facial expressions and how I'm projecting, which is probably the most important, because once you know the lines, you can just focus on what's on, like your visual appearance, and that's what I did. And I think I used my movement a lot more. Weaknesses, although I helped paint a lot of the set, I think I should have participated in the conversation about where all the main set props go, because when it came to lifting them up and like taking them to wherever, I couldn't really help because I didn't know where any of it went, so I felt like a spare part. And my second weakness would be to give more feedback to other people, because like such as when we're sitting and watching some of the songs like 9 till 5 and Live and Let Die, I probably could have like give my thoughts on what like the improvements could be to make it like even better than it is, and just give my view so that people can like up their game even more, and maybe it would have like helped the process a lot quicker, so our tutor didn't have to keep asking them to do it again and again, because maybe if we did give feedback, then they'd understand what they needed to do. Discuss your levels of professionalism today. I think my professionalism was up to a reasonable standard today, because I felt like I was always doing something, because when I wasn't on stage, I would go back and do and focus on my job responsibility, which was costume, and that's why like I found like some more costume that the characters could have, and then I decided to do a checklist of the things that we needed before the dress run tomorrow, and like I said before, like I paired all my outfit together. We found Dick Whittington's shirt and waistcoat, and then I decided to relabel everything and put it on the rack for tomorrow's dress run, because otherwise then I thought everyone would come in and wouldn't know where the costume would be, because most of it at the end of the day was kind of either on the floor, like in the corner, or something. So I decided to like round them all up. And like for people who like the dames who had more than one costume, I would just label, like I went through the script and made sure which costume they were wearing for like each scene. So like obviously the sea costume would be the third, because that's when they're like under the sea in part 2. And yeah, so, and then it would make it easier for the people to come in and just grab what they needed, so that no bits of costume was lost and we had to like find something else as a substitute. So I felt really happy today of what I did, because I actually felt like I contributed a lot more than what I usually did. Also went through, when with Becky, who plays Fish, through our kind of cues, because sometimes I feel like our speech can be quite slow, but our speech is kind of supposed to be really, really snappy. So we just went through the lines that we had together, so just to make it like a little bit more natural, and also and like make sure that we don't cut each other off like on a particular line, which is what we did before.
What do you personally need to improve on? I think I need to personally improve on the drill scene, because I need to make sure that it's a lot snappier, but yet still people have to know what I'm saying. Like my projection still has to be clear, and I still have to shout so that no one misses anything. But I think because it's such a long scene, it's, I think, vital that it needs to be really quick and sharp, because otherwise people can lose focus because it's going on for so long. And so I just need to always be on the ball, and as soon as someone says their line, I'm ready to like jump in. And also I want to make sure that I'm not cutting anybody off, because I did cut off Fish a couple times during the first scene with Alice. How has your character developed? I think vocally my accent has got much better, because I've spent kind of a couple more weeks